Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So again, if you check your notices, we do have a new update only a week and a half after the debut of the Rise Saga Part 2. And this is version 3.5.60. So this will be a new new App Store update, approximately 22 hours from now or so. Now, first off, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my YouTube members, Tinky. Thanks for your support. Alright, so of course with this new version comes a new ally encounter, Sazanca. And let's take a look at what we have in store. And if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So, Sazanca is an extremely new unit, of course, and information is relatively limited, so I'm hoping I don't give any wrong information. Feel free to correct me if I am incorrect at this point. Now, that being said, she is the newest member, or shall I say, newest addition to the roster of a Arcadia team. She obviously debuted in the first couple of Rise Saga episodes, and she will be a Fire Zone Setter Axe user. Now, from the story, I would have thought she's more of a healer, but she does have some interesting attacks as well, and of course, she is going to be SA'd. So first of all, she does have a Fire / AoE that gives, I guess, all your team physical res up 30, type res up 30, and also give your weapon damage up 50, and also gives you a barrier that reduces damage to all allies up by 50% until end of turn. So this means that it's not just a one-hit barrier unlike some of the other barriers out there. It's for the whole turn, which is very new in mechanics. Obviously very, very powerful and helps protecting your team, plus the 30 physical and type res up. If you have light units, it increased that buff by 2 times. So you're going to have 60% physical and type up. I believe that's very similar to the prayer that Melpy can do, but this is just a move that also attacks at the same time. So again, if you're being attacked by any elemental physical attack, that's going to give you more than 100% total shielding, at least for enemies who don't debuff you, allowing you to prevent all damage from any elemental attacks that are physical in nature. Pretty powerful. Also, she does have a Stellar Burst, obviously. If you do this during Stellar Burst, it gives, it gives enhanced Fire Zone, and obviously this move does a lot more damage, and the damage dealt, I guess, by your light unit increases according to the enemy strength. So this is Overthrow ability, which is, of course, if you've used Ultra Tuva or other units, or even the newest Elpis weapons, you know how powerful Overthrow is. That just means that you deal more damage against enemies higher in level than you. Now, of course, we are up to level 100, and so in the case of Overthrow, the difference in levels aren't nearly as awesome. However, the fact that you have a move that gives Overthrow, even if it is a Stellar Burst move, is broken as heck. I mean, this is what we're getting with Power Creep and SA units, right? Now, she also has some stacks. If I guess if it's fully enhanced in the SA, she gets 10 stacks to start, and I think she can max out at 20. Now, keep in mind, she also does have a move that goes preemptive power, int, and speed down for all enemies by 35%, very similar to, for example, Rosa Liliac by Efi. It also does give at the same time, so this is what the kind of moves we want. Not only power int down 35% for all enemies, it also gives you power int speed up for all your units, and this is all for 5 turns. Keep in mind that if you have a light team, this buff is doubled for all light units. So that means full capped 100 up, and yeah, that is that is really good. Now, I don't know about the other stacks that she does, because it looks like she has 2 different stacks. One is the Fortitude stack, and one is a Heavenly Flower stack. At the start of turn, it gives, I guess, a stack on one of your allies, and at the end of turn, if that ally is below 25% HP, it consumes the stack and recovers full HP MP. So Not sure if you can apply it to all units or just to one unit similar to the AS Yifa of the world. I'm sorry, I'm using translation, and so these moves may be a little bit different when we finally get them out on global. Also, she does have an attack that does a lot of damage and consumes all 20 of the stacks. Remember, she starts the battle with 10 and she gets more depending per turn, depending on the number of light units up front, which I guess would be 4 per turn. And this allows you to have hold ground on all your team. So yeah, it's not really a lot of healing except for that Heavenly Flower stack, but she looks to be quite a warrior on the battlefield with a lot of offensive and defensive buffs, shielding, and so on and so forth. So looking forward to more clarification in the coming days, hopefully before tomorrow night's episode of Should You Summon. Now that being said, we do have a new Astral Archive for those who are interested in Astral Archive. Can't say I'm that interested, however, I will still try to work through some of the basic levels. Might as well get more Chronos Stones, being that we're all poor with all these new units coming out back to back to back. And of course, with Sazanca will be 2 types of encounters. The Fateful, which is the 10% flat chance on pulls 10. Pulls 1 to 9 will, I guess, probably be 0.8 and 0.4 respectively. That's been set by other single type banners such as the Melpies of the world. And of course, being that this is as a unit, if you pull on the dedicated banner, you can get the pickup bonus. Being that she's a Fire Axe unit, you can see that there's a Fire banner to pull on units that will support Sazanca. Not that she really needs support, but hey, one noticeable inclusion, AS Lovely. You know where that came from. See, WFS copies me. As soon as they use the unit, they put it right in the banner for all of you to pull on afterwards. And finally, of course, the free banner, which will be 0.8, 0.4, I'm guessing. We'll see tomorrow in the Should You Summon. And again, if you hit it in either the Fateful or the regular banner that's free, then you can get the full 3 out of 3 Awakened Engages and don't have to use those All Cosmos star charts. They also added some quests to the replay story, which is really fast. Melpy just came out a little while ago and you already have that as a replay. Note, only replayable if you actually already had the unit and already did the quests. And some more dungeons you can use the Cat Express tickets on. Honestly, WFS, I know this is mostly for subscriptions, and especially if you have both subscriptions, you get a couple hundred tickets. For free players, I don't want to beg or anything, but it would be nice if you gave us more than the 20 trial tickets and never again. If you gave us 5 a month, like, you know, with the monthly trials, I don't even think that would be too bad. Gives us free-to-plays a little bit more to kind of test out and maybe convince 1 or 2 of us to change over to the subscription model. But that being said, if not, it is what it is. And of course, they fixed a few different wordings with both Rise and the sidekick for Rise, which I won't spoil because that was part 2 of the Rise saga. Note that they are clarifying before you raise your dragon child what the food will do. Remember, we were just guessing with based on the colors, blue, red, and whatever. Now you have some clarification so you can choose which version, whether or not you want to go for the Smarts one, the Guts one, or the Wonder one. And of course, some fixed issues, including things like force closing the app and other glitches when it comes to all these new units. I mean, with all the different programming of the mechanics of the units, I'm sure it's a lot more difficult because of all the SA and other wall of texts and the large paragraphs that each move does. Alright, so let me know in the comments below what you think of the Stellar Awakened unit, the newest one. Whether or not you're going to be excited for the Astral Archive, and more importantly, are you going to pull for Sazanca? For myself, not sure yet. I'm going to have to think about it and see, but she definitely does offer a ton of support, and all in one move really does combine 2 or 3 units into her. I'm not sure how much damage she does, but even at mid-level damage, and I'll have to see if the Stellar Awakened move dispels zone before reawakening. I don't believe it does. But I'll use that as one of my criteria for pulling on the unit, among other things. So anyways, again, good luck to all of you who are pulling, And we'll see you tomorrow evening in the Should You Summon video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.